There's just a bit of irony that a black man raised in a white family with white parents and white siblings, who was born to a teenage mother whose birth father had vanished before he was born, who was pulled out of poverty and destitution by a loving family who adopted him as their own, who loved him and gave him a life off the streets, who was lucky enough to attend a 4-year university on scholarship, who pockets $19 million a year to play professional football. There's some irony that Colin Kaepernick, the man I just described, is thumbing his nose at all of America by refusing to stand up for the national anthem and whining about black oppression. Jesse Owens, Jackie Robinson, and Hank Aaron were athletes oppressed. Colin Kaepernick is a living, breathing poster boy for entitled white privilege. Did you forget our president is black, Colin? Or maybe you did forget because President Obama feeds you false narratives about black men being targeted by police officers, which isn't the truth, but helps him buy your vote. So let me be clear here. It is not cool to trash America. It doesn't set you apart. It just shows me that you're selfish. You're thinking about yourself. Did it even occur to you why we stand respectfully before our flag? Why we place our hand over our heart? Why we pause for 1 minute to honor the red, white, and blue? Did you look around you? Did you see the empty chairs in the stadium? Did you forget that some people aren't waiting for football season? Some men and women put on a different uniform, strap a real helmet to their head, fight and die to protect your right to play the game. It's their sacrifice we salute when we salute our flag. It's their courage, their bloodshed we see in the red, white, and blue. And that's too much for you to stomach? Oh, the NFL is going to defend you. They're going to say it's your choice, and it is. But this is the same NFL that promoted Obamacare, the same NFL that refused to honor the Dallas police officers killed by a radical black nationalist because the decal the Dallas Cowboys wanted to put on their uniform was out of uniform code. This is the same NFL that refused to play ball when players like Tim Tebow wanted to express their beliefs in eye black paint. Where were the cries of discrimination and oppression from Tim Tebow? Oh yeah, he didn't whine. He just played football. But isn't that choking free speech? Did the liberal NFL hoity-toity rulemakers embrace Tim Tebow's identity? Mark Cuban jumped to your defense too, Colin. Isn't he a disappointment lately? Just because Kaepernick didn't throw a bomb, fire a shot, start a riot, throw a punch, shout down a business, shut down a business, yell or troll at somebody, what, you think we should give him a pat on the back? Mark, if I stole candy from a drugstore, would you justify that because it's not as bad as blowing up the vault at a bank? It's called moral justification, Mark. We know Colin Kaepernick didn't commit a crime. We just think he's an idiot. And lately, I've had my doubts about your choices too, Mark. You dispute Hillary Clinton's shady associations and under-the-table business deals that lined Bill's pockets while Hillary was Secretary of State. You used to be conservative, Mark. Why don't you just admit the truth that Hillary is corrupt? Would you really rather have the woman who lied about Benghazi, lied about her emails, lied about lying about her emails, sold favors to men who dumped a bunch of cash into the coffers of her personal charity, a charity that only gives 10% of their donations to actual charitable causes? Sounds to me like you're just bitter Donald Trump won the nomination. And yet the funny thing is, Colin, where else in the world except under those glorious stars and stripes, in spite of your so-called oppression, could you achieve as much as you have? And that's my final point tonight. You can reach me on Twitter at Liz_Wheeler. And if you liked the show, please send me an email at oann.com/contact. Exciting news, guys. We're moving to an all-new time, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, just like you asked. The new time starts September 12th, but tomorrow, catch Tipping Point at 10 p.m. Eastern, and have a good night.